Welcome to the Enigmatic Abyss, the channel where we explore hauntings, disappearances, and enigmas which elude a modern understanding. Get your favorite snack and settle in. Today, we will look at the enigmatic disappearances of Gerin Kirk, Kenneth Budlong, and Robert Bissell. Gerin Kirk. The disappearance of Gerin Kirk in the Mount Hood National Forest is a story that resonates with the haunting beauty and inherent dangers of the Oregon wilderness. Gerin, a 31-year-old experienced outdoorsman, embarked on what was supposed to be a routine solo hiking trip in December 2014. With plans to return on December 6, he ventured into the forest, a place he knew well and loved deeply. Gerin's affinity for the outdoors was well known among his friends and family. He grew up in the Milwaukee area and had spent several years in Arizona, working in admissions for the University of Phoenix. After returning to Oregon, he pursued his education in business at Portland Community College and had recently completed his first term of online courses with National University. His goal was to complete his bachelor's degree and then proceed to a master's program. However, Gerin's life took an unexpected turn when he failed to return from his hike. Concerned, his sister Whitney Kirk Altman filed a missing persons report on December 7. The search for Gerin could not begin immediately, as search and rescue crews required the location of his vehicle to establish a starting point for their efforts. It wasn't until December 8 that Gerin's gold Pontiac Grand Am was found in the parking lot at Frog Lake Campground off US Highway 26, focusing the search in the heavily wooded areas nearby. The search teams were mobilized, and the operation was extensive. Gerin was believed to have been equipped with a pack, a mummy sleeping bag, a singleman tent, thermal underwear, a rifle, other handguns, and possibly a green or blue jacket. The last known person to see Gerin reported that he was in good spirits, wearing jeans and drab-colored clothing. Despite the efforts of the search teams, no sign of Gerin was found, and the official search was called off on December 15, 2014. The mystery of his disappearance lingered, leaving his family and friends in a state of unresolved grief. In a remarkable turn of events, 4 years later, in 2018, some lost hikers stumbled upon a wallet in a ravine about a mile from where Gerin was believed to have disappeared. Inside the wallet was Gerin's driver's license, and nearby, what appeared to be human remains were discovered. The bones were compared to DNA from family members, and in June 2022, the remains were confirmed to be those of Gerin Kirk. The story of Gerin Kirk is a poignant reminder of the unpredictability of the wilderness and the importance of leaving detailed plans with loved ones when venturing into remote areas. It also highlights the enduring hope and determination of those who seek answers in the face of uncertainty. Gerin's memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew him, and his story continues to echo through the forests of Mount Hood. Kenneth Budlong. The true story of Kenneth Budlong's disappearance is a chilling reminder of the unpredictability and potential dangers of mountain climbing, even for the most experienced adventurers. Kenneth Budlong, known to his friends as Ken, was a 45-year-old man with a passion for the outdoors and a particular affinity for mountain climbing. He was an experienced climber, having ascended Mount Hood, a towering peak in the Mount Hood National Forest standing at 11,235 feet, an impressive 22 times before his final, fateful climb. On September 24, 1995, Ken set out on a solo climb up Mount Hood, choosing Cathedral Ridge on the left side of the mountain, a route he had never taken before. This decision would lead to a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. When Ken did not call home the next afternoon as expected, his family became concerned. Their worry prompted a search that began on September 26. The search teams found Ken's tent near the McNeil Point shelter, situated at the 7,000-foot level. Inside the tent were his backpack, a sleeping bag, a climbing book, and a Bible, items that suggested a planned return. However, there was no sign of Ken himself. The search efforts were hampered by freezing rain and high winds, which made the already challenging conditions on the mountain even more treacherous. Ken was well equipped for his climb, carrying food, survival gear, a space blanket, warm clothing, crampons, and an ice axe. Notably, he did not have his helmet with him on this climb. Authorities believe that Ken may have suffered an accident on the mountain, possibly on the Reed Glacier, but despite extensive searches, his body has never been recovered. At the time of his disappearance, Ken was employed as a global inventory manager for Nike, a position that reflected his organizational skills and attention to detail, traits that also served him well in his climbing endeavors. The disappearance of Kenneth Budlong is a haunting tale that has left a lasting impact on the climbing community and his loved ones. It serves as a stark reminder of the risks inherent in climbing and the importance of preparation and caution. Ken's story, while tragic, also highlights the enduring spirit of adventure and the call of the mountains that many climbers feel so deeply. Robert Bissell. The disappearance of Robert Perry Bissell in the Mount Hood National Forest is a story that has puzzled and saddened many. On July 12, 2010, 57-year-old Robert Bissell, an experienced backcountry camper, left his home in Portland, Oregon, for a camping trip in the Roaring River Wilderness area near Rock Lakes, above Estacada. He was a man who cherished the solitude of nature and the joy of wilderness area fishing. Robert parked his white 1989 Nissan Sentra at Trailhead 700 and hiked approximately 5 miles to set up camp off Trail 512 near Middle Rock Lake. It seemed he planned to be away from his campsite for no more than a day, as he left behind his sleeping bag and gear, taking only his fishing rod and tackle with him. He had filed a wilderness use permit with the U.S. Forest Service, indicating his expected return on July 16. However, Robert never returned. His brother visited the campsite on July 19 and again on July 24, finding no sign of Robert. Concerned, he reported Robert missing, and on the morning of July 25, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team initiated a large-scale search operation that lasted for 8 days. The search was extensive, covering the Roaring River Wilderness, Rock Lakes Basin, and the surrounding trail system and lakes, including Serene Lake, Shining Lake, and Shell Rock Lake. The search efforts were immense, involving hundreds of volunteers and professional searchers, 2 fixed-wing planes, a helicopter, search dogs, mounted horse patrol, man trackers, ATVs, and 4x4 vehicles. Despite these exhaustive efforts, no trace of Robert was found. The terrain was extremely rough, to the extent that 3 of the search horses threw their shoes. Sergeant James Rhodes of the Clackamas County Search and Rescue Unit speculated that Robert might have suffered a severe injury while trekking around the Rock Lakes Basin. The temperatures around his disappearance were cool but not freezing, which gave the searchers hope that if Robert was injured, he could survive the conditions. Unfortunately, there was no cell phone coverage in the area, which meant that if Robert was in distress, he had no way to call for help. Flyers were posted in area campgrounds, trailheads, ranger stations, and throughout the nearest town of Estacada, asking for any information. The community rallied together in the hope of finding Robert or any clue that could explain his disappearance. Robert Bissell's story is a haunting reminder of the vastness and unpredictability of the wilderness. His disappearance remains an unsolved mystery, leaving a void in the hearts of those who knew him and a lingering question in the minds of the outdoor community. The silence of the forest holds the secrets of his fate, and the Roaring River Wilderness area remains a place of profound beauty and profound mystery. If you have any information regarding the disappearances, you should contact the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. They can be reached at the following phone numbers. Tip line, 503-723-4949. Alternate line, 503-722-6746. Your assistance could be crucial in shedding light on this mysterious case and providing closure to the missing's family and friends. What do you think of these enigmatic disappearances? Write it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more enigmatic stories.